Hey everyone, this is Nick Edwards. I am super excited to let you know that I have just made presets for the Quad Cortex. This specific preset, I've used it a ton and have been tweaking it back and forth to make it into what it is now. And I feel like it's in a really good spot to share with others, so I'm really excited. What I've done with it is basically made a copy of my current pedal board, my analog board, and then converted that into a digital format. I've done that by capturing both of my overdrives, which is the Dark Glass Alpha Omega, the Greer amps Lightspeed, and then I've also captured my Noble preamp, and I feel like it's as close as you can get. Some of the benefits I feel like for getting this preset would be being able to use it as like an all-in-one type thing, whether you're in church, you're on the road. What I've used it for is fly gigs where I just have to pack like a tight bag and like I'm limited on space, and I'll just like throw this in a carry-on and then just run my bass into this, use it as like an all-in-one pedal board, and it works great. I've used it in small like room-sized venues. I've used it in the studio a ton. I've used it in big rooms as well, like arena-sized stuff, and it sounds great in rooms of all different sizes and whether you're in studio or live. I think specifically if you're somebody that's looking for like a simplistic, minimalist approach to a pedal board, this is a great way to go, because you just literally need one thing, one piece of equipment, one XLR, 1/4 inch, one power cable. That's all you need, and then this thing will run like a beast, and it'll get you pretty much any sound you want. Now I want to take some time and show you how to use this preset in the most effective way. So this is how I would use my Quad Cortex preset in a live or studio setting. I like to use it in scene mode, and I have it set up specifically to have a scene on each one of the switches that kind of gives you like a different tone or a different sound of things that I find useful. So in order to see all that, you just swipe up right here and you can see. So A is the clean channel. It's pretty much, so all these have a compressor and the preamp, as well as the EQ I use with the preamp. So all three of those things are on all the channels, and that's just like the standard sound, like a good foundation. So A would be just those three things, just straight up clean with a compressor and then the preamp. And it would sound like this. The second thing I have here in the B section is the first drive, and it sounds something like this. In the C section, I have the second drive, which sounds like this. In D, I have a chorus pedal, which sounds like this. In E, I made a clone of how I use my micro synth. It's like a really aggressive, dirty octave sound, and it sounds like this. In the F section, I have a huge drive, which is basically these two drives in B and C combined, making F, which sounds like this. In G, I have an octave, which is basically just this without the drives. And then on the H section, I have a swirly verb, which is basically just a reverb and a chorus pedal, and it sounds something like this. So that was scene mode, and then if you want to use it in pedalboard mode, you can do that like this. One benefit to having pedalboard mode is that I also added a half-step modulation. If you know anything about my playing, and something that's just really convenient for playing a set that has a bunch of different keys in it is having like a modulation to be able to tune differently. Instead of having to like actually tune your bass, you could use this, which is programmed to the E button here. You push that and it takes your bass a half step down. So it would sound like this. That's E flat. That's E. So it just takes your whole bass a half step down from what it already is, which is super useful if you have like tight transitions in a set where you don't really have time to tune, or you just don't want to tune the bass for multiple tunings. You can just come over to pedalboard or to stomp mode, and then you just hit this right here. Within stomp mode, I also have access to all of the different blocks as well, so you can use it like a pedalboard and just stack them up if you want. So yeah, that's how I would use this live in the studio or anything. You also have this tuner which comes built in, which hold down the bottom right button and it gives you a tuner. Super handy. Pretty much just like an all-in-one type of pedalboard. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you were able to learn something. Hopefully you'll pick up the preset, and if you do, tag me on Instagram, tag me on YouTube. Let me know in the comments like what you think about it. Maybe tag me in some videos or pictures of you using it in different venues or different situations, different church stuff. But I'm really excited to hear some feedback on it, and I hope that it treats you well. So thanks for watching.